On this episode, gonna harvest some artichokes in my yard. I grew them. They're beautiful. Also gonna share a story of the first time I met Rosa Parks, Miss Rosa Parks. What a day. I'm also taking you to the beginning, to the basics of my start in television. I'll share that story when we get to my kitchen. In the meantime, enjoy that beautiful view. Give your mamas big old hugs and kisses, your daddies too. Remember, it's about spreading love. My mama did that, Rosa Parks did that, so does Meryl Streep in her work. I got a story about Meryl Streep coming up too. Oops. Let's get in here and harvest some. I'm gonna remove some of the foliage, some of the leaves. And I was at the market today, and I believe the organic artichokes about this size were like $3.99. Wow. This plant, it's been in the ground now. This is the second season. It cost me $1.50. And this is my fourth harvest from it. I love the large artichokes. However, I am crazy about these little ones. They are so tender. Oh, look at that. Now what I do, because this is a totally organic garden or pesticide-free garden, is I will take these and submerge them in a little bit of a bucket with some soapy water. Any critters that might be on the leaves will come out before I take them in to cook with them. Okay, I'm gonna harvest a few more and we'll go inside and talk fresh fruits and vegetables. So as you can see, I've placed the artichokes that we harvested outside in a pot with a bit of soap and water, not too much, just enough so that if there's any little critters in there, they will run out of that soap. They'll come up and they'll spinach, pineapples, green onions, scallions, carambola, the star fruit, broccoli rapini, cabbage, broccolini, bananas, cauliflower, broccoli, tomatoes, asparagus, garlic, onions, potatoes, and jicama. We can make some beautiful dishes with this. Let's talk about how to buy them, how to store them, and one of my favorite things, how to cook with them. Let's take a seat. I shared a story with a young man that I'm hoping to become friends with as time goes on. He was talking about Porterdale, Georgia, which is right down the street from where I grew up, Conyers. In fact, Porterdale, it's like a stone's throw. I shared the story with him at the time I met Rosa Parks. And, I still get goosebumps thinking about that. My career has been, sometimes I go, did I really meet this person or am I dreaming I did it? No, I really met Rosa Parks. In fact, on a couple of occasions. I was doing a television show down in Atlanta, Georgia, and she happened to be a guest that day. And I got a chance to spend some time with her. And, it's like, here I am speaking to history, right? I mean, this is American world history, talking to her, and she just made me feel so cared for, and I said something to her. I said, so what, how, it's just like, you're thinking, how do you ask this living legend, living history a question? And she said, and it's like, she says, you'd be surprised. It's what you do sometimes when you just sit down. I'm like, wow. It's like, sometimes you get more done by slowing down. All right, let's get to work here. And I'll share more stories. If you enjoy these stories, I'll tell them. Today, I want to go back to my basics. How I started in this business. And I think I owe a big thank you to Meryl Streep. Back in the 80s, when the incredible actor Meryl Streep was touting the ill effects of LR on fresh fruits and vegetables, on apples in particular, it dawned on me that this incredible human being had a platform because of who she was, because of the work she did. And, you know, when she spoke, it's like that old saying, when E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. Meryl Streep talks, folks listen. So it said, okay, Curtis Aikens, if you want to be an advocate for reading and for education, you've got to be somebody so people will listen to you. So, you know, I set about making myself a quote unquote celebrity. So people would listen to me, and it worked. Doing television shows throughout the Southeast. And then I got a chance to work with ABC's home show down in Los Angeles. And what I would do in those days, because Joe Carcione had passed away, and there was a void in this business where people gave great tips, common sense tips on how to buy and how to store fresh fruits and vegetables. Now, of course, I'm no Joe Carcione. So I thought I've got to do a little something different. I had this natural affinity to putting together recipes. I could look at foods and put them together. So I said, okay, I'm going to build my name on how to buy, how to store the nutritional content, and then how to prepare these gorgeous fruits, vegetables, all these wonderful items, legumes and mushrooms, fungi, all those things. So, you know, that started to catch on. So I thought today we'd do that. We'd talk about my 5 tips to buying fresh fruits and vegetables. The first one is to look at it. Make sure the produce looks good. Now, I've got bananas here, beautiful bananas, and they look good. So I inspect the tops, the bottoms, look all the way around. When buying bananas, what I want you to look for, there should not be any soft spots, okay? And the tips, they call these green tips. So that's the eyes, you look at them, right? Okay? The next thing is touch, which we just demonstrated. So I'm going to take a different produce item for each one of the tips, right? So let's say a potato. How should a potato feel? Okay. Again, the touch is nice and firm, right? All right. Also, and this is a term you hear me say a lot, it should be heavy for its size. Again, when things, it looks dense, right? However, if it's light, that means it has started to shrivel up, dry out. Okay. That's what I mean by should be heavy for its size. Oranges, all the citrus items, lemons, limes should be really heavy for the size they are, okay? So that's look at it, touch it, right? What's next? Smell it. Right, smell it. You go, what? Joe Carcione used to say, at the tip of your nose, Curtis, that's one of your best guys, right? If it don't smell peachy, it ain't gonna taste peachy. Now that's Curtis Aikens saying, not a Joe, okay? Now, so this beautiful pineapple, right? That smells like Hawaii right there. Aloha. Don't be afraid to smell produce when you're in the grocery stores, okay? Wow, I just love that smell of pineapple. And when we get to pineapples, we'll give you more tips on that, right? So look at it, touch it, smell it, right? The fourth one is buy what's in season. How do you know what's in season? A lot of times, once you walk into the grocery store in the produce section, the item that is most abundant, right? That's what's in season. Look for it. You know, it's springtime, so asparagus is starting to jump up. Beautiful asparagus. Before all the onslaught of all the incredible refrigeration, springtime is when you got the asparagus. And then, of course, when we start bringing things in from the southern hemisphere, we get asparagus year round. Right now, oh my goodness, in my town in Northern California, there's incredible prices on asparagus. Now this is what, April 3rd? Yeah, April 3rd. Spring is here, right? Things have sprung up. The asparagus is absolutely gorgeous. Ooh, so that was 4 of them, right? Look at it, feel it, smell it. So we told you about fruits, how they smell, right? Now when it comes to vegetables, okay, you smell and go, what is he sniffing? There should be a freshness about it. Now, these are things I want you to work on. When you go to the grocery store, put your nose in and work. If this thing was starting to pass its peak, vegetables give off a bit of a sour aroma, and you will know it, right? So those 4 tips, if you look at it, you touch it, asparagus is still firm, heavy for its size, right? You smell it. This smells like spring, nice and fresh. Brings on a ring, right? So those really work. And that feel is very, very important. So what's the 5th key? I call them my 5 keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. right? Cinco, yeah. Cinco de Mayo. Okay, the fifth tip is get to know your produce person. He or she or he, they can let you know what's good, what's bad, how long an item has been in the store. Okay? You feel me? Feel me. Get to know those produce people. When you go to your local grocery store or farmer's market, talk to them. Farmer's market is even better because you can talk to the farmer that raised that asparagus or that broccoli or that broccolini or that broccoli rabe and find out from her, what she does. Is she totally organic? Is she low sustainable? All these are produce terms, fresh food terms that I hope I can teach you about. Okay? All right. What should we do next? Should we take my sweet mama? This picture was taken on the set of my show, Pick of the Day at Food Network. Mom made chicken, so we're going to do chicken today. Let's go to the kitchen and cook. Let's get started making our marinated chicken breast that we're going to grill. That's a mouthful. Okay. All right, safety first. I always put that wet paper towel down underneath my cutting board that kind of locks it in place. Now, and I also have my food safety gloves on. Okay. This is very important, especially when handling chicken, okay? Because you can throw those away, get a new pair. You can buy these at the local hardware store. Any kitchen stores have them, or on Amazon, okay? And notice I'm just going to just peel this fat away. These chicken breasts I bought, I think, yesterday, and I froze them. This makes a really easy way to remove fat from chickens because it defrosts faster than the muscle. So you can just really pull it off, or you see what I'm doing to the tip of the blade? I'm just trimming that fat off. Now, these chicken breasts have very little fat. They're skinless chicken breasts. And again, you can find these at pretty much every market, the big box stores. Don't you love that term, big box? I guess talking about Costco and Sam Club and BJ's on the East Coast. I do enjoy going to those places for certain things. And I do think, a lot of times those box stores, they do have some quality meats, so check them out, okay? Now, just remove as much fat as you like, and then I'm gonna just trim this chicken. I'm gonna slice the chicken, but it's not trim it, I'm gonna slice it. One of the great things about having the frozen breast like that is it's much easier to get thinner cuts, okay? Watch this. Now that's the totally thawed part. Doesn't cut as thin, see that? But as you get down to the frozen, look how that just slices up. And these make for really nice grill. We're gonna grill these in the grill pan after I season them with my herb blend. So the first thing, let's slice them up. Now look at that. That's almost like a paper thin. Look, you can go paper thin with the frozen breast like that. Gorgeous. See that right there? You can get them as thin as you want. And I love that for the grilled chicken, especially when I'm using the grill pan on top of the stove. And there's so much you can do with that chicken after it's been grilled like that. We're gonna make Caesars tonight. Caesar chicken, Caesar salad tonight. However, I will have enough left over to make chicken salad tomorrow. Just, regular old-fashioned. I'll have a grilled chicken salad. And I think Lisa will like that. You gonna like that, honey?
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool. Although tomorrow, this is episode 2, season 2. We started episode 1 last week as the Georgia Bulldogs were playing Michigan, and they won. So they're in the national championship tomorrow night. So tomorrow night, Cole and Jenna are coming down. We're going to watch the football. So it's going to be a party night. Party as in buffalo wings. The first half, buffalo wings and maybe fries, garlic fries. Second half, I have barbecued ribs. I got some St. Louis style ribs. I got some baby back ribs. Mama's homemade barbecue sauce. Woo! Does that make you hungry, love?
Oh, yeah.
You getting excited about that?
Yeah.
All right. What else are we going to do tomorrow night? Hopefully Georgia can beat Alabama. National championship. We haven't had a national championship in the state of Georgia with the University of Georgia Bulldogs since 1980. Back in the days when Herschel was there. I was a red shirt on that team. Didn't get to play. And then after that season, I moved to California. I remember going to Coach Dooley's office and saying, I'm going to move to California. He goes, yep, bye. Heartbreaking. I was expecting him to say, no, Aikens, we need you. Yeah, they didn't need us ahead of that national championship. There's our chicken breast. I'm going to put it in this bowl. We're going to add our seasoning along with a little olive oil. Just let it marinate, okay? Be right back and get that started. All right, let's go ahead and start our marinade. I've got the chicken cooked up. The old gloves, the paper towel I used there. Got the new gloves. Again, safe in your kitchen. That's something I really want to stress in year 2, season 2 of the Curtis Aikens show here on Marin TV and Novato Community Television. I'm having a blast doing this, the second season. Wow, second season, second week. And we're working with chicken. Everyone loves chicken. Well, maybe not everyone. A lot of folks in America and across the world enjoy the poulet or polo. How many ways can I say chicken? How many languages can I say chicken? 2.5? All right, so our yard bird is all cut up. I've got just a clear bowl. I love the glass bowls for my marinade. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little olive oil on the bottom of the pan. Did I say pan again? In my bowl there. Just a little extra virgin olive oil. Not too much, just to kind of wet the bottom and the sides, because this is really going to help. And I'm going to a little herb de Provence in there as well. You know, I absolutely love preparing food for people I care about, for people I love. Lisa, of course, Cole, Jenna, when the kids come out from Georgia, my nieces and nephews. Look at that. Now, a little oregano, okay? And I'm just seasoning the bottom of that. Just put some in. Then I'm going to start to add the chicken. Now, here is just a little seasoned blend. And someday, on some show coming up, I'm going to share with you. I've got some Himalayan salt, ground Himalayan sea salt. That's what gives it that orange color. Then I just add garlic powder, dried parsley, oregano, any of the spices and herbs that you like can go into your blend. This can also, we can transfer that and make it our dry rub. Next, let's just add our chicken in. I'm going to add a little more olive oil towards the end, get all the bird in there. And we're just going to just add a little more olive oil and our seasoning. And we're going to just mix it up really well. My Apple Watch is dinging. Someone's trying to get in touch with me, okay? I'm going to slide this forward just a little bit. So we're going to put that down right there. Then we're going to add our salt. Our seasoned salt blend. Now, notice I'm not using a wet hand to touch this olive oil container. A little more olive oil in there. Just going to mix it up. I'm going to let this marinate for maybe 20 to 30 minutes before we get ready to go to the stovetop, because I want all those flavors to get in. And again, you can grill this outside on the barbecue, or the way we're going to do it tonight, right here on stovetop in my grill pan. Let's get this out of the way so make sure we get a really good shot. There's that paper towel. There we go. We're going to move that away, right to the center there. Might need a little more oil. Again, just turn it over now. And that meat, if it was still frozen, it's going to soften up. Now, here's a trick I want you guys to, I don't mean that I'm not being sexist or anything. I shouldn't say guys. It's that I want you all, you viewers. Now, when you freeze meat, it helps to tenderize it. So if you've got a less expensive cut of meat that you are worried it won't be tender enough for the family, add your spices, freeze it. Don't overdo it. Now, just freeze it overnight. So we're going to cook it tomorrow. Let it thaw out. That meat kind of tenderizes up. All right, and we're going to let this just marinate for 20 to 30 minutes. Then we'll come back at the stove top, and we're going to do some grilled chicken in a grill pan. Let's get the stovetop started. There we go. Now, this little grill pan is one of my favorites. I believe I've had this thing a long time. It's one that Mom actually gave me. So yeah, I've fallen in love with it lately. Now I'm going to just spritz a little olive oil on the pan. You could just take and rub it with a brush or paper towel. And I've got my tongs here. And our chicken, we're going to let this heat up a bit before we start to add the chicken. I also wanted to show you another spice that I use with chicken. Sage is kind of a natural seasoning for chicken. It's absolutely gorgeous with whenever you're doing a chicken dish, okay? Now, I've got the grill. I'm gonna get the grill nice and hot. You hear that sizzle? Once I get the pan loaded, I'm gonna lower it. I don't wanna cook this too fast. I want this to cook at a nice steady pace. We're gonna give it, 7 to 10 minutes if necessary. And take your time and just turn it, I want you to allow this to cook thoroughly. And these thin pieces, the thicker the piece, the thicker the chicken slice, the longer it's going to take to cook. So I've cooked these kind of thin. However, we won't be using a high heat after I get the pan loaded. Now, I do have a cast iron griddle pan, or the one that fills the whole rack there. And I do enjoy using it. However, it really smokes up the place a bit, I may add a little more oil to this. That was 2 chicken breasts. Remember when we sliced those up, that was 2 large chicken breasts. I'm gonna add a little more oil. I love this little tool here, that little spray bottle. Now notice, we put the handles to the side, that way no one can walk through and knock it off, especially if you have little kids in the house. Be very cognizant of things like that, moms, dads, those of you in charge of the kitchen. Now I'm going to flip it good. See how that's starting to streak up, got those beautiful grill marks. Now I'm going to lower this heat, okay? Once I get everything turned over, just lower this heat. Let the flame go down. Isn't that gorgeous? I've been showing this recipe a lot on my social media feeds. At Curtis Aikens on Twitter. Instagram is Curtis G. Aikens SR. Facebook is just me, Curtis G. Aikens, okay? And I've been showing this on the social media feed, so a lot of people have been saying, Curtis, do it on the show. So here we go. It's just a real easy, healthy way of eating that chicken. There's no flour, just herbs, just spices, okay? We're gonna let this cook. Be back in a sec. Take a look at it. It's been cooking now for about 3 minutes. I'm gonna just keep flipping, okay? Oh, isn't that gorgeous? I'm gonna make room and add some more chicken to the grill. Isn't that color beautiful there? We can slice this up for our grilled Caesar chicken with Caesar with grilled chicken salad tonight. Easy to think, hard to say, evidently. Got a little room back here. I'm going to add some more chicken on the bottom of my grill pan. We're not going to let those touch, okay? I don't want that raw meat touching the meat that has started to cook. Let's go ahead and speed it up. And I want to check the temperature. I want that chicken to be at least 165. These thin pieces cook really quick and they stay juicy with this method. The thing I love about cooking chicken this way is that it stays so nice and juicy. Remember, the trick there, we start with that hot grill pan, then I lower the temperature. See, you can just see the juices in there still flowing. My baby's over there answering me. Lisa is over there saying, She asked me, how did I make it so juicy? I said, well, you've got to watch my show, honey, to see the tricks. She's planning her next week, so getting things lined up for work. Isn't that gorgeous, folks at home? All right, now I'm going to show you something here on the pan. Now, if I wanted all that goodness in the pan, I could deglaze that and make a nice little sauce. However, since we're making chicken Caesar salad, I'm just going to wash this pan, okay? Alrighty, let's go to the countertop and make chicken make Caesar salad with stovetop grilled chicken. Look at that smoke coming over there. Ooh la 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 la. Mama would love this. Peace. Spread love. Well, we've got everything ready. Got me a little cerveza to go with my Caesar. And, you know, I'm just sharing with you guys. I've added some sweet onion, Vidalia onion, some diced tomatoes to both of these, just to give it a little more color and a little life. If you haven't seen the show where I make the Caesar dressing from scratch, I'll put it in here so you can go back to it. If you can't find it on the archive, just go to the YouTube channel, Curtis Aikens. So let's go ahead and get our Caesars ready. Just to add some of this gorgeous chicken to each of these bowls. And I've got my dressing there. Honey, how much would you like? How much chicken you think you like? Bunch?
I don't know.
How about 3-4 ounces?
Yeah. Great.
Okay, perfect. You know, I say 3 or 4 ounces because that is a portion size. A lot of people think that, you know, 8, 12, 10 ounces is a portion. That's not. A true portion is about 4 ounces of protein is all you need. 4 to 6 ounces should be plenty for the body. Then we'll have more for leftover. You see the juice is still in that. Oh, okay, y'all. Hope you give this recipe a try. And if you got questions, please send them to us either here at NCTV or Marin TV or on the website, curtisaikens.net. Chef at curtisaikens.net. About 2 ounces of dressing, love.
Great.
There's our dressing there, that creamy Caesar dressing. And we do show you how to make that. Okay, y'all. Bon appetit. From my garden. A little bit of rust on the outside. We got cold at night. Wait till you see me slice these bad boys open. I'm making a tomato, okra, and onion kind of stew. Forgive this messy kitchen, guys. I've been at it. There's no water added to that. This is all the tomato juice. Oh, my tomatoes. I've got France, Italy, Georgia, and California all represented here. Woo! Look at that gorgeous San Marziano. And I'm making, I've got so many tomatoes, and I've been giving them to folks. So tonight I decided to take, I've got okra from the garden. Forgive this messy kitchen. That's just tomatoes, okra. I added no water, and I'm gonna cook it down and just use it in several different ways. Peace and love, everybody. Hope you enjoy. My kitchen tonight, I decided to just go for it. Zucchini from the garden. I'm gonna chop those. And I've already started here, I've got the peppers, orange peppers from my garden, along with some chicken breasts that I've sauteed. Well, I'm sauteing, I should say. And look at that pasta sauce that's come along. Well, I'm calling it pasta sauce, but it's really going to be like a tomato, okra, onion stew. I'm going to make some cornbread tomorrow to go along with that. Peace. I'm going to try this. Not sure if I'm going to be successful because I'm trying to do it one-handed. I've got in the pan, everything. I've got the garlic. I've crushed some garlic and added to it. I got the Italian tomatoes, zucchinis in there, the pepper from the garden, and I've got 3 of the French tomatoes I'm going to just dump in there. It's kind of like a puttanesca, quick, easy sauce, right? And what I'm going to do is let this cook for a bit. I'm going to cook my pasta right in there. I'm going to add the pasta to it. And see what we come up with. Check the seasoning. And we'll go to town with it. There it is. It's finished. Woo. I added no water to this, just the liquid from the vegetables. And wow, I'm gonna plate it up, serve it up. If you guys ask, I might even share the recipe. Peace and love, everybody. And good cooking. There's the peace. That's half of the love. Holla.